Hello, and welcome to a solo episode of the Husky Barbu podcast. This is your original Husky Barbu, not the first ever Husky Barbu, because I believe there were Husky Barbus before this current era, but the one who's the namesake of this podcast, who started it all, for reasons that I still have not been revealed to me. I mean, we're 2 years and some change deep into this thing, and I still don't know why we're doing this. Weirdest intro ever, and very part of the course of what I bring into the table. It is the master of weird itself. Weird Al Yankovic, coming for you, curly-haired white person. If you thought I was gonna go with the Booker T reference to Hulk Hogan, no, I wasn't gonna go there. And Booker T can say the word, I can't. Why? Because of my skin complexion, and because it is a bad word. It's a word that shouldn't be said by any skin complexion whatsoever. Anyway, that long ass intro, just to say my name is Ariel. Off the rails right away. You can tell it's a solo podcast. But hopefully some of you find humor in that. You know, humor, that thing that existed like 20 years ago, that seems to not exist anymore for a certain section of the planet and the world, and specifically these parts here in the north and the good old US of A. It seems that part has like non-exist to some, and quite honestly, and as we're discovering now with technology and also everything that is going on in the past recent months, we're discovering is actually a very vocal minority that doesn't have a sense of humor. But that vocal minority, seems to have the control, the stranglehold of what is the social medias. And we have to bow down to whatever that little minority says, or if not, we get the good old cancel. But I think I don't have a niche yet to consider myself getting close to whatever it is to be called canceled. And let's be frank, I mean, if you start digging into the backyard of every single person that is walking this planet, and I'm talking about the proverbial backyard, not the literal backyard, because by what I'm going to say, if you find something in that backyard, then please alert the authorities. But I mean that in the proverbial backyard of every human being on this earth, you will bound to find some bodies buried there. And again, if you actually find a person that has a backyard that is full of bodies or riddled with bodies, please alert your local law enforcement if they actually handle those kind of things. Because nowadays, you don't know. I mean, I live in a special state that in a certain portion of that special state, law enforcement has been bounded by legs and hands and feet, and they can't do nothing. So, what a weird, interesting way to start a podcast. I'm all over the place, and I apologize. But mind you, I haven't cursed yet. So that's good. I mean, contrary to what I've done in my personal life this whole entire week, this one is an accomplishment that I've decided to not cuss or use foul language in this podcast, because after the awesome week, just awesome week, please find the sarcasm between the lines, people. Read it. Get it. Well, when I'm saying awesome, you just have to interpret the contrary, because I can't verbally express how I truly feel of such a week that I've had. It is comparable to a gang rape, only that instead with testicles, it was with a 18-inch by 8-inch reproductive organ wrapped in rusted barbed wire and using sand and concrete as lube. and the gang rape, the participants were like, I don't know, maybe 5, 8, 12 billion people. And that's just the introduction of how I felt. So I hope that that graphic image that I just planted on you gives you an understanding of how I felt this week. This week was not good. It was not good at all. A plethora of emotions came over me this week due to said situations, and I will not go into details because I need the income. Uh, needless to say, for an introverted person that does not like, no, let me scratch that, has a hard time interacting with other human beings that he doesn't know, because I need a common ground in order to interact with a certain with groups of people. So, for example, if we go to church, we're talking about God. Okay, we can talk about that. Have some experience in the subject matter. Can talk. Will talk. Don't mind talking about that. If and I'm in a certain group that love comic books, awesome. Can talk about that as well. I can talk about that. Have some experience. There's common ground. We can talk about that. Now, when you come to me in a negative manner and in a derogatory sense, and or not knowing what you want to talk about, I have a hard time interacting with you because I need a subject matter. I need substance. I need. This is me. I mean, this is my problem, I guess. I can't blame people and whatnot. I'll take the blame. I'll take the L on this one because I'm weird. I think I have not pretended to not be weird. I think I've explained myself in these past podcasts, the solo ones, anyways, of how weird I am, and it's not a knock on myself. It's just the way I am. In a world that preaches tolerance, I'm just telling you the gist of what I am, the gist of what I bring to the table, to say the least, to in a way express myself. So yeah, that's me. But at the same time, I'm learning to also accept things that I have no control of, and that's a problem with me as well, of wanting to have control. I guess that's a problem in general for all of us. I guess we all want some sort of control of our lives, and that control is an illusion. It's something that we are built upon to think that we can have, and the reality is we are life's little bitch. Again, see how I am controlling myself? I should be applauded for this. I really should. That's sarcasm, by the way. How I am concentrating myself into not go into that route of just cussing. And again, it's not, oh, he's a Christian, so he's being ashamed of that. No, it's just, I'm done with negative emotions. I mean, I've had my fair share of negative emotions. And believe me, I cussed like a sailor this week. Like, no, sailors would be ashamed. It would be like, bro, that mouth. Seriously. They'd be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Chug of water, please. One moment. My mouth is getting dry. Thank you. Anyway, so this week, horrible week. Just horrible. And I survived. I'm still here. I really wanted to harm myself. And that's not sarcasm, by the way. Uh, I really wanted to do things to myself because I just can't deal with this. I mean, there's some people that are made for certain types of jobs. The job I have, I'm not made for. I'm not made for it. I'm not a social person. And I don't mean not to be a social person. It's just, I'm not. I'm just not. I'm just not. I tried. Believe you me, I've tried. I tried to be a social person. That doesn't make me a dick either. Well, there I go. There goes the cursing. I don't mean to be a dick either. or an a-hole, but it's just the way I'm wired, I guess. It's a struggle that I've had all my life. And well, that's that. No, I'll just stop talking about the frustrations of the week. And notice I didn't mention details, and I'll keep it that way. Yes, because again, need the income. We can talk about something that did I did. You see, I caught myself there because I said did, and when you see a sporting event or a stadium event, can you really say that you did something there? You just saw and partook of the experience, but that pretty much is it. The actual doing was done by the participants in the event. You just saw the thing. So you just assimilated, and I guess there would be appreciated because you got to see it because you did something to see it, and anyway, saw Clash in the Castle, WWE Clash in the Castle, um, and I liked it. I mean, we're not gonna go blow for blow, match for match, review kind of thing because one, I'm not a wrestler. Two, I cannot talk about anybody's physical endeavor because my body is of an 88-year-old man with arthritis, diabetes, and all debilitating things on his body, and I can barely function because I've maybe had whole week 8 hours of sleep the entire week, maybe, give or take, give or take. So yeah, fun times. But I enjoyed the pay per view a little or too early for my taste. It started at 1 p.m. I saw it yesterday as of recording time. I like where WWE is heading now. After all the VKM, read between the lines, drama, I think the company's doing well to the point that rumors indicate that wrestlers from other companies that used to wrestle for WWE, some of them, not all of them, but some of them want to return now that there is a new regime handling business that is that Vince McMahon no longer is in charge, and they're willing to work with the person who is in charge of creator now, which is Hunter her the old wrestling Triple H. Okay, Paul Levesque. Triple H. So people are willing to work with Triple H because of his track record in NXT. Most of the released wrestlers used to work with him, both in WWE and in NXT. So they have a good relation with Triple H, and they wish to go back and collaborate with him because apparently it was fun times to collaborate with Triple H. One moment, please. So there. WWE hitting on the high notes. By the way, if you want me to do some talk about what happened, well, Roman Reigns retained. Let me see. Seth Rollins beat Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle has his name back, by the way. Matt, the first name. What else happened? Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. See, you see the lack of sleep affecting me right now that I'm not even articulating anymore. Yeah, so I'm working on all cylinders, folks. I'm sorry, and I don't do the energy drink thing. Well, that's BS. I did drink one energy drink on I think it was Saturday. Did I drink energy drink? No, it wasn't. Friday, I took an energy drink. Yeah, because I don't do those because Red Bull. You know the. Have you heard the story of Red Bull? No, I'm not going to talk about that. Because I'm barely recollecting at this moment, and I don't want to BS people and say stuff that is not true. It could be something that I just misheard or invented in my head. Because right now I can't trust I can't trust or my recollections of what I think I've heard, and that's basically my the limitations of my knowledge is what I've heard. I don't even read anymore, which is well, except the Bible. But I don't even read books anymore. I mean, I got some books here. I used to read a lot of books back in the day. I was a very good book reader. I was such a good book reader. I could read a book a day, one single book. I can and recall everything, almost everything, retain almost everything. That was a special power set that I had 20 years ago, and now it's gone because I don't sleep anymore, and my brain has the attention span of a 2 month old. uh, Jesus. All that to say, I need a sleep study like ASAP. See, I can't even spell. I can't even spell. There's some very, very, very deep, horrible things going on with me, I guess, in the mental health department, obviously. One thing I can say about life, because every time so far it's been sounding like a cry for help. Like people are calling 911 right now, listening to this. Like, yo, you better check out this fat fuck. There you go, another f bomb drop right there. You better check this fat guy here on the podcast. He does not sound well. He's trying to mend his life with sarcasm and making jokes about his life. It doesn't sound well though. It does not sound well. Please check up on have some crisis person check up on him, please. That would imply people actually give a shit about me. They do. I'm joking on that part. I have two people specifically that really care about me, that I know they love me. That's my wife and daughter. They tell it to me every day. Every day I call, every day I contact them. They give me hope to continue, because it's not been easy. It's not been easy living alone, basically, and not having the company, because I know some people are wired differently. There's some dudes that, just they think about their private parts as community property and decide to share with the most amount of people as they wish, and desire to just share the wealth, I guess, and and do some exclusive sharing to a group of people, and they determine like, wow, this is good, this is great, and they enjoy themselves. I'm not that way. My reproductive section down there is more considered a classified state secret that only one person has access to, and that person is thousands of miles away. So she will be hopefully by the time Jesus Christ, where I'm going with this. I'm laughing at myself as being so fucking stupid. What the fuck am I talking about? Oh, Jesus Christ. This is going like, yeah, we don't want to know that. Believe me, I don't want to share that either. What is this? A Kevin Smith podcast? Dude shares everything. I don't know how he does it. I haven't listened to him in a while, but back in the day, Modco days, when he and his wife had a podcast, they were talking about even the sexual positions that they had. I'm like, that's too much information, dude. That's like, there is such a thing of like keeping certain information for yourselves. But Kevin, I believe I don't know if he's changed again. And this is not a knock on Kevin Smith, for God's sake. Jesus Christ, no. There's a lot about that though. See, I'm all over the place. There's a lot about that. Like, I see some YouTube videos. I don't watch TV like most of the time. I like traditional TV, like cable, local TV, whatnot. I barely watch anything of that nature. It's mostly YouTube videos and whatnot. And I noticed that in YouTube videos from both sides, there's a lot of like attacking and like, this guy, because he represents a certain group, let you do the imagination. They talk bad about that person because of their views and the errors that they commit, and then vice versa. And also now where like there's a review bombing and whatnot. Look, for example, I haven't seen She-Hulk. It's not because of review bombs and whatnot. It's just that She-Hulk is not my particular cup of tea. I never had an interest on the character even before the MCU, whatever. I mean, again, if I have to show my geek card, I've been a geek since the 80s, and I've bought comics since the 80s. So I'm a geek to the 10th or ninth degree, whatever you want to call it. But She-Hulk was never my particular cup of tea. There is people that she is their cup of tea. So, God bless. If you like the show, God bless. I'm not going to go poo-poo on it and talk crap about a show that I haven't seen. It's not fair. For example, people who accuse Disney of being woke, they're woke-ish. But I enjoyed Obi-Wan Kenobi. I liked it. I didn't see any political or any agenda in the show. And that's how you should just make shows. Just do it because it's good. Do it. Just tell a good story and forget about the agendas and whatnot. So, I haven't seen House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones spinoff. Not because I hated because how Game of Thrones ended, which was dog crap. But I still had the lingering thoughts. But people that saw Game of Thrones and are watching House of the Dragon, they're telling me it's actually good. And I'm like, well, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I'm like, I don't know. But now I'm like, well, maybe should I give this show a shot? And remember, Game of Thrones is really graphic. And I'm not in that sentimentality anymore. I don't have that tolerance like I had back in the day. I'm getting older. And as I get older, I guess I'm reverting from my more open-minded ways and going back to being now becoming an old senile man. I mean, my beard is close enough that I can now apply for mall Santa. I mean, I already got the body, I already got the glasses. My beard is getting white enough now. I mean, just 2 or 3 shades, and I'm already there. I can be making all the monies in the mall as a mall Santa. So yeah, I'm getting older. Wiser? That's a question mark. So yeah, but going back to the review thing, like, different. What was the expression? Different strokes for different folks. I guess that's the expression. Oh God! I guess I lost. I forgot how to speak English. I guess I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, you have different opinions, different likes, and I don't mean to poo-poo on anybody, and that's not the point. That's not the point of, like, let everybody enjoy what they like, and that's it. Like, back in my metal days. Oh yeah, by the way, I used to be a metalhead. How old school metal is like, no, you have to like it. It's Slayer and everything else is dog shit. Everything else is crap. Metallica sold out and all that other beautiful nonsense. Now we live in the 2022. Everybody loves Metallica thanks to Stranger Things. By playing Master of fucking Puppets. Master of Puppets, which one of the metalest songs Metallica has, and now everybody knows the damn song. Like, that was something like just us metalheads were like, no, this is our thing. You can't take it away. But now the whole world loves it, and you know what? I don't care. I don't have an ownership over a certain thing just because I like it, and I don't want anybody else to like it, and I don't want anybody else to discover it. It's cool if we can get some of the stuff that we like together. It's cool. It's wonderful. But if we don't agree with everything, that's fine too. You can love what you love, and that's it. And I don't have to like it, but you can love it. And just because I don't like it doesn't mean that you should stop loving something. If you have a particular show that you love, go ahead, go for it. Love it. Oh, but they're review bombing it. Look, dude, it's your taste. It's your taste. You just love what you love. If You don't have to excuse yourself for liking something. Like, my 44-year-old ass is still watching wrestling, and I know it is predetermined. I won't say fake because these people get hurt for realsies. I won't say fake, and also the bumps that they take. I will welcome any human being on the earth to take a chop from Gunther, formerly known as Walter, in the chest, and you tell me if that shit is fake. I will welcome any human being on this planet, even MMA fighters. Just a look. You don't have to fight back. Just take one chop from Walter in the chest, and you tell me that shit is fake. Just take one chop in the chest from Walter. Ask Sheamus how that damn thing feels. Walter hit him like 80, like 32 times in the chest. Dude was bleeding from the chest. You tell me that shit is fake? Go fuck your mother. There's Joey Diaz came out of me. Sorry for the cursing. The last jug of water. Anyway, so what am I saying? Just love what you love. Love what you love. Be who you are. The old expression from Shakespeare in Hamlet, this above all to thy own self be true. That is my freaking mantra. I'm not going to be fake. I'm not going to be trying to you to like me. If you like me, it's because of who I am, and I'm not trying to bullshit you or sell you some rotten goods that I'm not. I am who I am, good and bad. And the good in me, praise God, praise my wife, praise my daughter, praise my parents, my grandparents, my family for putting the good stuff in me. Whatever fucked up things in me, that's on me, that I just attached it out of horrible life experiences and having not the willpower to let go of certain things. So I'm a work in progress, and guess what? Everybody else is. The whole entire planet is. So let's have some freaking grace towards one another and learn to really tolerate. Actual tolerance. Real tolerance. Not just the bullshit one that they preach on a certain side. Say, well, you got to tolerate us, which means just accept my shit, but your shit, no, that has to go. No, real tolerance is that we all know that we're all full of shit. We all know we are all full of shit. There's no pretending, oh, but I'm perfect. Bullshit. That is bullshit. We are all fucked up. We are all fucked up human beings. But the tolerance part is that we accept one another as is and let God or whatever deity or whatever non-deity or whatever plan that you have deal with that in a later time and try to mature to a better understanding of who you are and what other people are and accept that and move forward without fucking each other up. Is that too much to ask? Apparently it is. But I will go that route, and I will extend the olive branch to everyone in this planet, because guess what? None of us know what the fuck is going on. None of us know or understand what the fuck is going on. We are still gathering our bearings. We are still finding out what is internally and what is externally. We're still all finding this stuff out. So I give mercy and grace to others, and I expect to others give me mercy and grace as well. If you don't give it to me, fine. I understand. You want to have your way. You want to have your cake and eat it too, fine. I understand that there is no such thing as having your cake and eating it too. I just accept that we're all full of shit. I'm full of shit. You're full of shit. The whole planet is full of shit. So let's just learn to deal with each other peacefully, without going into violence, without calling each other's names, and just move the fuck on. This nation specifically really needs to move the fuck on. But apparently that is too much to ask because we have to all victimize each other in one way or another. But there are valid points on both sides of the aisle of things that we do to each other. So let's just... This is just the wishful thinking, by the way. I know this is not going to change. And my podcast is probably the one with the least demographics, with the least audience, the least people on the earth that are listening to this. Last podcast was listened by 2 people. Yay, those numbers are growing. And and believe me, it wasn't me. I wasn't one of the. I just record these things. I don't listen to them. How much faith do you have in your product? Anyway, all that to say, love one another, accept one another, and leave each other alone for the bad part. Because if you want to start throwing shade on people's poo poo, on people's shit, guess what? You just have to look right behind you, and again, that proverbial backyard full of skeletons and bones and dead bodies. All of us have one, proverbially. Hopefully, not actual bodies, because again, call the authorities, call the FBI, call somebody, because that person needs help. Anyway, I think I've said so much shit already that it has been distracting. I've been all over the place. Again, these are Jackson Pollock paintings. These podcasts, these solo ones, have been Jackson Pollock, and I went without a net. So hopefully, this is something that you enjoyed, and it was at your piecing and flavor. See, I'm forgetting how to speak English. I should start recording these in Spanish, I guess, because no, that would be even worse. Yeah, that would be even worse. Anyway, this has been episode, I don't know, what, 86, 87? I don't know. I'm lost in these things. Getting closer to that 100 mark. That's all I'm saying. I think we'll get there by year's end, hopefully. And hopefully also Jonathan will be available. Jonathan was not available to record today, but here I am doing it solo. For those of you, like, I don't know, is there a count anymore for the ones that have been listening since the beginning? I guess not. Anyways, so find us on social media, Husky Barbu Pod, both on Instagram and Twitter. My Instagram, at that Ariel Duran, at Instagram and Twitter. The website, huskybarbupod.com. That's our website where you can check all the previous podcasts. If you wish to indulge yourself in that particular kind of worms, you can do so. Our stuff, our merch is in T Public Store. I always post a link on the description or the notes on the podcast. So if you want to know where that is, just hit the link on the notes of the podcast, and it will take you there. Buy T-shirts, hoodies, caps. I don't think they got caps. Cell phone cases, laptop cases, bags, magnets, mugs, stickers of the designs that are there. There are some designs there. Hopefully, some of them you like if you're like-minded and are part of this geekiness that I exude, as apparently, which apparently has some. The world has become that now. So yeah, there you go. Those are the Husky Barbu stuff that you can get. And again, this has been Ariel from the Husky Barbu podcast, the original Husky Barbu for this particular thing. Hopefully next week, Jonathan will be accompanying me, not making me do these things solo. It's not his fault, my fault. And hopefully we can, entertain. I guess this is what we're doing. And yeah, that. Anyway, Husky Barbu podcast. This has been Ariel. Take care. Bye.